So as we've been talking about, the shutdown is lingering. Attention is focused now on SNAP benefits, which is the modern-day version of the government's food stamp program. Now, the history of this program goes back to 1939. This is when the government found an elegant solution, right? There was a lot of unmarketable farm surplus and the plight of undernourished folks living in cities. The program allowed people to buy $1 of orange stamps and the equivalent of $1 purchasing power, but you also got 50-cent blue stamp. Now, that blue stamp could only be used to purchase food. The program ran into the spring of 1943 because conditions by that time were resolved. The food stamp program later was revived in 1961, and it's undergone a tremendous amount of iterations until we've got what we want to have right now. But by the way, look behind me. This has been happening around the world, whether it's welfare or food stamps. The number has gone up as an increase of GDP, percentage of GDP. In recent years, the program has surged in terms of numbers of recipients, and obviously that's costing taxpayers. The eye-popping surge has not gone unnoticed. President Trump this morning posted this on Truth Social, that SNAP benefits, which increased by billions and billions of dollars during crooked Joe Biden's disastrous term in office due to the fact that they were haphazardly handed out to anyone for the asking and as opposed to just in need for the purpose. So President Trump goes on in that post to explain how this thing grew to the fact that it grew. Here's the thing. You know, it's grown under the guise of compassion. But it's not really the case, folks. The fact is that the architects of unlimited welfare and food stamps, they always promote it to help the poor. But from time to time, the truth slips out. I will never forget when Nancy Pelosi bragged about every dollar spent on SNAP benefits. She said as much as $1.79 for every dollar in economic activity was injected into the economy. In other words, the whole thing was a farce, just like the $2 trillion stimulus plan, which was always designed to eventually end up in the pockets of billionaires, otherwise known as political contributors. My next guest thinks that it's compassionate to stop the SNAP program.